care what she may have said to you. She said the exact opposite to me. So either she's lying or you're lying. And if you're not lying, you must have misheard her or misunderstood her. In that case, you're either deaf, daft, or a lie. Now, which is it?
Just off for the weekend, Malcolm.
No, you're not. Come in here.
June's going to pick me up.
Do you expect me to believe that?
Well, she said she would, yeah.
No, not you. Sit down.
Oh, well, if you insist, yeah.
You must think I'm an idiot.
No, not really, no.
Please, Terry, not while I'm on the phone.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I'm far from satisfied. So unless you can come up with a better explanation, you will never never hear the last of it. Oh, Lord.
Trouble?
I'll say.
Who were you talking to?
My mother.
You what?
Well, my stepmother, actually.
Oh, I wonder why you were treated like a doormat.
I know it may seem harsh to outsiders. My family believes in speaking its mind. I mean, we think it's harmful to bottle things up.
So I can see. You're going to give us a tune on them, are you? I didn't mean that literally.
It's my wrist alarm. It's time for my pills.
Oh. Are all those pills really necessary?
What the hell do you know about it?
Well, nothing. I just wondered...
You some kind of medical authority?
No, of course not. I simply said...
You think you know better than my doctor from Harley Street?
No, crikey. All I said
Do you realise if it wasn't for these pills...
Yes, but
Let me finish!
I'm sorry.
If I didn't take these pills, I'd be very bad-tempered.
Thank heavens you're taking them, then.
Yes!
Oh, sorry, Malcolm. I heard Terry's voice. Have I picked a bad moment?
No, couldn't be better. He's just taking his pills.
Nothing serious, I hope?
Well, actually, Joe, my nerves have been rather on edge of late. You may have noticed it, Terry.
No, of course not. Not a thing. No.
Very nice of you to say so, Terry, but actually I'm going through one of the roughest periods that any husband ever has to suffer.
Something to do with Beatty?
Yes. I'm sorry to say that she's learning to drive again.
Oh, crumbs, I am sorry. You must be in a terrible state. I know exactly how it is.
What do you mean I passed my test the first time?
Only because the examiner couldn't face getting back in the car with you. You're not teaching her, are you?
I try to, Teddy. I mean, a husband ought to be able to teach his wife to drive without wrapping a handbrake round her throat. But then my stepmother volunteered. That's what I was phoning her about just now.
You didn't leave two women alone out in your Mercedes, did you?
Certainly not. I let them have my little Italian runaround. I made sure that my Merc was safe in the garage.
Very wise move.
Not really. They reversed into my Mercedes, putting the other car away. Now they're running around town in a hired car. It's too horrible to contemplate.
You know there's a male conspiracy to run down women drivers.
It's generally the other way round.
You know what I mean. Actually, women drivers can be absolutely exceptional.
Oh, Beatty's a very exceptional driver, I'll give you that.
Is she?
You know that long flight of steps in front of the town hall?
Yeah.
Well, I bet you couldn't get your car up there without stalling it.
And Beatty managed it?
Managed it? If they hadn't locked the front door, she'd be having tea in a mayor's parlour. Yes! Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Fennell. Yes, he's here. Has he? Oh, bully for him. Yes, I'll hang on to him.
Sir Dennis's secretary?
Yes, you've won the prize in the raffle. Congratulations.
What raffle?
The damn thing they kept pestering us with at last month's dinner dance.
Well, I didn't buy a ticket.
No, but I did.
Oh, well done, love.
I hope I've still got them.
Well, don't panic. It's only a raffle.
First prize is a video recorder.
A video?
Yes.
I'll sign it.
Second prize is a year's supply of whiskey.
Oh, crumbs. If Sir Dennis wins that, it'll be gone in a fortnight.
Here we are. And the third prize is, a weekend in Amsterdam.
That's not to be sneezed at.
Unless you're allergic to tulips.
Come in!
Yes, Mr. Medford and Mrs. Medford.
Hello, Miss Fennell. I've got the tickets.
That is necessary. Your names were on the stub.
You didn't mention which prize they'd won, Miss Fennell.
Was it the video?
I'm afraid not.
The weekend in Amsterdam?
No, but it will make the weekend pass very pleasantly.
It's the whiskey.
Not quite. It's one of the prizes presented for runners-up in the raffle, but I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's absolutely enormous. Congratulations to you both.
What is it?
It's a jigsaw puzzle.
A jigsaw?
The death of Nelson, a very stirring subject.
Oh, very jolly, yes, but hardly enormous, is it?
There are 3,000 pieces.
3,000?
I told you it would make for a pleasant weekend.
Weekend is a life sentence.
Thank you, Miss Fennell. It's a long time since we tackled a jigsaw this size.
You mean you actually do them?
When Wendy was a little girl, we always had one on the go.
Oh, yes, they're all right for children.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm sorry, Terry, but I've always thought jigsaw puzzles a rather witless pastime for people with too much time on their hands and not enough intelligence to use it fruitfully.
The chairman, Sir Dennis, is very keen on jigsaws.
Oh, is he?
In fact, it was he who donated this particular jigsaw to the raffle. I bought it for him myself from Charisma, the novelty shop in the arcade.
It's a super choice, Miss Fennel.
Thank you, Mr. Medford. Sir Dennis advocates jigsaws as the finest recreation for the exhausted executive mind.
In that case, the best man certainly won it. You won't find a more exhausted mind in the building.
Thank you.
Please tell Sir Dennis we're delighted with our prize.
And we can't wait to make a start on it.
I most certainly shall. And I hope that you both have a very pleasant and puzzling weekend.
I'm afraid June will have to do that on her own, Terry. I've urgent work for you.
But you promised me a completely clear weekend.
Sir Dennis wants a simplified breakdown of the Bullfinch cost analysis report on his desk first thing Monday morning.
But I don't know anything about that project.
Well, you do now.
Oh, Malcolm.
I'm really not asking very much, Terry. All you've got to do is to go through the report, isolating the figures relating to cost effectiveness, bearing in mind the 15% increase in manufacturing and labour costs, compare them with the future forecast of industrial growth, over the time scale of the Bullfinch project, and then just type a report out in triplicate.
Is that all?
Forgive me, Malcolm, but I think it's very unfair to throw this at Terry now.
June, I don't need you to fight my battles.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling.
I think it's very unfair of you to throw this at me now.
Can't be helped.
Terry hasn't had a completely free weekend since...
June, please, please.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I haven't had a completely free weekend since crikey.
3 months ago, at least.
That is what I've just said.
If I had time to do it myself, I would.
Well, then why don't you? I'm sorry, Terry.
No, that's right. That's a good question. Why the hell don't you?
I'm entertaining the American buyers. Remember, I'm taking them grouse shooting.
Oh, well, this is one grouse you won't dispose of. I don't know anything about this campaign. I mean, Bullfinch is your pigeon.
That's very funny.
I don't know that.
Sorry.
Look, when Sir Dennis asks why there's no report on his desk on Monday morning, I shall have to tell him that you let me down rather badly, Terry.
You wouldn't do that, Malcolm.
Well, this is business, June, and business is rough.
This is dog eat dog.
And that's when it gets rough. All right, OK, I'll do it.
Sorry about this, Terry.
No, you're not.
No, I don't suppose I am, really, when you come to think of it.
No. Well, you'd better give me the number and the address of where you're staying at for this grouse shooting.
In case you run into any snags.
No. In case I decide to arm the grouse. This piece goes here, this piece goes here, and this piece goes somewhere else. Wait, she's coming.
Hi, darling. Oh, it is murder shopping on Saturday. I really missed your help this morning.
And you would have had it with pleasure, my darling, but this report has taken up every second of my time.
Oh. Have you been sitting there since I left?
Yes, I haven't budged an inch.
Poor love. Why don't you take a break?
Break? No, I don't think so, no.
Have another go at the puzzle.
Puzzle? What puzzle? Oh, that. I'd forgotten all about that.
Had you? Who's been at it then? The puzzle pixies?
Sorry, what?
You've nearly finished the outside edge.
Who has?
You have, you big fib, and you said you hadn't moved.
Well, I've got very long arms, haven't I?
Just for that? There.
What?
I finished the outside edge for you.
You what?
I finished the outside edge.
You haven't. Oh, you have. Oh, June, how could you?
Well, there were only a couple of pieces to go.
Well, I know that. I mean, haven't I spent the entire morning... Not the entire morning, part of the morning putting it together.
Well, there's still lots to do.
Yeah, I know that, but finishing the outside edge is the best bit. Oh, dear.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, you may as well finish it now. I mean, I've got all this work to do, please. I'd like to get on with it.
Oh, Terry.
No. I mean, I've got all this to do. Don't interrupt me, please.
Well, all right. If you're going to be childish about
It's not
it.
being childish. It's getting one's priorities in the right order. What bit's that?
You just get on with your work. I'll look after the puzzle.
Well, that's what I've been saying.
Ah.
June! can I concentrate when you keep banging the table like that?
Banging the table?
I'm sorry to nag, but I mean these figures are the utmost. Well, that's brilliant. That is.
What's the matter?
Well, Malcolm's only forgotten the industrial projections, hasn't he? I mean, he's left out the most important figures.
What does that mean?
Well, I can't even start the breakdown without them.
Oh, dear. What are you going to do?
Well, under the circumstances, there's only one thing to do.
Phone his hotel.
No. Get on with the jigsaw. Move over. Would you get him to give me a ring as soon as he comes in, will you? Thank you, bye. Amen.
Did Malcolm get your message?
He didn't get in till 3 o'clock this morning.
Do they hunt grouse that late?
Knowing Malcolm, it was a different sort of bird he was hunting.
I think it's pathetic.
What is?
But the way he chases after women, doesn't he realise he's getting far too old for that sort of thing? I mean, you don't do it.
Well, I should say not. I mean... I may not do it, but that doesn't mean to say I'm too old for it, does it?
Oh, Terry.
What do you mean, oh, Terry? The only reason I don't go chasing women is because marriage to you is totally fulfilling. I have everything I need. You, this house, jigsaw puzzles. It's a full life.
Thank you, darling. You've no desire to swap places with Malcolm, then?
I wouldn't get the chance. Can you imagine him standing here, munching Maltesers, doing a jigsaw puzzle and listening to songs of praise? Blow his brains out first. Anything interesting in the Sundays?
Mrs. Thatcher says British industry's looking up.
Well, when it's lying on its back, how could it do anything else?
Now, that is exactly the kind of defeatist talk, Mr. Speaker, that got us into this hole in the first place.
That's very good.
Well, of course it's very good. Doesn't the right honourable gentleman realise that I am incapable of anything less than excellent?
There is. I mean, that is excellent. Excellent. Very, very good. Not many people can do Shirley Williams. Come and give me a hand. There are only a few pieces left now.
Oh, well done.
I hope they're all here.
Oh, I do hope so. I don't think I could stand dismantling the Hoover again.
Well, I found the piece eventually, didn't I?
Only after you'd rolled up the carpet, moved all the furniture out and got your hand stuck twice down the side of the armchair.
Well, I think we're all right here, because there's only 3 spaces and 3 pieces left. Now, 3, 2... Now stand by to give me a thunderous round of applause as the last piece goes in.
I don't think it's going to fit.
Sometimes you have an annoying habit of stating the obvious. Of course it's not going to go in. I don't think it belongs to this puzzle at all.
It looks like a pink balloon.
Well, that's it then. I mean, this is the death of Nelson. I mean, they didn't have many balloons about that day. It wasn't that sort of do, was it?
They had won the battle, though, hadn't they?
Well, of course they won it, but they didn't celebrate by issuing balloons to all hands. Can you imagine? Kiss me, Hardy. And Hardy says, all right, hold me balloon first and I'll give you one. Now, is that likely?
Well, where's it come from, then?
Obviously, there's been some sort of mix-up at the shop. Somebody's got our telescope and we've got their balloons. I shall go into the shop first thing tomorrow morning and complain.
Oh, Terry, you won't. I mean, we've completed the puzzle.
A puzzle is not complete until all the bits are in place, and this is not in place, so I shall leave it there until it's finished.
Well, I think you look very silly.
Silly?
Well, yes, making such a fuss about a jigsaw. It's unmanly.
Unmanly? Big, beautiful butch me, unmanly?
If you're going to complain about one wrong piece, yes, I think it is.
Well, you may be right.
Yes, I know I'm right.
All right, you convince me.
Good.
I'll let you do it.
What?
I'll park the car, let the office know where I am, and join you in the shop, OK?
I know I'm going to find this very embarrassing.
You'll be all right as long as you don't go to pieces.
I wouldn't have given him a second look, but he had on this terrific pair of jeans.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know how some leather jeans look like PVC and some PVC jeans look like leather?
Yeah.
Well, these was PVC, and they looked like PVC. But they had this terrific leather feel about them.
So what happened?
We had this motorbike, didn't he?
You go with him?
Yeah.
Anywhere nice?
How?
How?
Yeah.
Excuse me? With you in a moment, madam. The Hull?
Yeah, how? H-U-L.
At 10:30 on a Friday night?
We didn't get there till 4 in the morning.
What you got a Hull for?
He said there was this rock concert on.
In Hull?
Yeah.
Was there?
No.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but with you in a moment, madam.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you're in Hull?
Yeah.
At 4 in the morning?
Yeah.
Did he try anything on?
Have you ever been to Hull at 4 in the morning?
No.
Don't bother. It's worse than Watford.
Look, I wonder if I could have a little service. I am in conversation with my colleague.
Who does she think she is? The Prime Minister?
Now, it's funny you should say that. I wondered how long it would be before you recognised me.
Eh?
Yes, I took this opportunity of dropping in as I'm on a walkabout in Croydon.
It's not her, is it?
Sounds like her.
Looks a bit like her too, doesn't it?
Don't ask me. Every time she comes on a box, my dad switches her off.
Now, look here. My secretary bought a puzzle here, The Death of Nelson, and the very last piece is from a totally different puzzle. Now, how do you explain that?
Could be when them shelves collapsed in the stockroom.
Yeah, but we put all the jigsaws back together again.
Yes, that could certainly explain it. And no one else has come in to complain of a similar mix-up?
Afraid not, Mum, and all them jigsaws is gone.
Oh, dear.
Do you do many jigsaws at number 10, then?
Ah, not personally, no, but I always keep one handy for the Chancellor of the Exchequer. It's very good practice for the budget. Good day.
Get the door away. Sorry we couldn't help, Mum.
Thank you so much.
Do call again.
Oh, yes, I will. Thank you.
Any luck, love?
I'll tell you all about it on the way back to number 10.
What? Number what?
Oh, come along. Don't dawdle, Dennis.
Dennis?
I'm sorry I didn't do better. You could always try it again yourself.
There's no point if Maggie Thatcher didn't get any luck. What chance have I got?
Terry, might I see you a moment?
Don't worry, love. See you at lunchtime.
Do you realise what time it is?
Time for your pills?
Sir Dennis has just been on the phone. I'm still deaf in one ear. Where's that bullfinch report?
I telephoned, I left messages.
It was a very hectic weekend.
Oh, yeah? How was the groping? The grousing? Oh, grouse shooting.
The birds refused to rise.
Did they? I didn't get up very early on Sunday morning either.
In other words, you haven't done the report.
The file was incomplete.
You could have used your initiative.
But I mean, bullfinching's your project.
Don't throw the buck at me!
I'm not throwing it back, I'm chucking it back in your face.
You are going straight to Sir Dennis, and you're going to tell him why there was no report on his desk.
For the simple reason that you didn't provide me with all the essential details in that document.
Don't try to drag me into it. Sir Dennis hates a snitch.
A snitch? You? How dare you call me a snitch? Sitting there, pontificating and shoving tablets in your gob?
I've already explained about my pills. They calm down my highly nervous state.
You got good reason to be nervous, mate.
Are you going to Sir Dennis, or are you going to funk it?
All right. I'll go. But I would ask one thing before I leave.
What?
Give us a handful of them pills, will you? Medford to see Sir Dennis.
Oh, Mr. Medford. I'm so hurt, so hurt.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I phrase that badly?
It's just, please forgive me. It's just that I'm so tired of being treated like a chopping block. It's just bang, bang, bang all the time.
Who's been banging? Who's chopping? Has somebody been getting at you, have they?
It's Dennis. I've tried to develop a stony exterior, but it's hard sometimes, very hard. And what he doesn't realise is that there are chinks in my armour.
Are there?
Of course, I can never tell him that.
Of course not. I mean, you can't even stand the Japanese.
First of all, Well, first of all, he was furious about the non-appearance of the bullfinch breakdown.
Oh, crumbs.
But worse was to come 5 minutes ago. The main gate phoned up to say that a car hired by your superior's wife has just...
You mean Beatty? Malcolm's Beatty?
has just crashed into Sir Dennis's parked Rolls Royce.
Oh, dear.
Sir Dennis knows about the accident, of course, but I can't bring myself to tell him who's responsible. I mean, it might ruin Mr. Lawrence.
Yes, it might, mightn't it?
I'm torn, Mr. Medford. Horribly torn. I know it's my duty. I just can't do it. I'm sorry, Mr. Medford, but I just can't do it.
Medford?
Yes, sir.
What the hell have you been saying to my secretary?
Me, sir?
Yeah, you, sir. Never seen her so upset.
Well, the point is, you see, she's torn.
Torn? What do you mean, torn?
Did I say torn? I mean gone. She's gone. She's gone somewhere, sir.
Well, I can see that. Why?
Well, she's tired of the banging. Oh, being laid on a chopping block. And the point is, it does get terribly hard.
What does?
Her stony posteriors.
Oh, what?
Not to mention the chinks.
Chinks?
Yes, sir, but I'm not supposed to mention it, so please, sir, don't say that I said anything, sir.
Well, I couldn't even if I wanted to. Frankly, I haven't understood a word you said.
Yes.
Medford,
Yes, sir.
you heard about the accident to my Rolls.
Yes. Dreadful, sir.
Frankly, I'm in a state of shock. When you hurt my car, you hurt me.
Oh. Was there much damage, sir?
Well, they've smashed the headlights and burst my radiator.
You must be in agony, sir.
Medford, I want you to go down to the car park, find the idiot who's responsible, and give him the boot.
Will it come off easily, sir?
The push, the shove!
Oh, yes.
Now, look here, Medford, I know that I may sound harsh,
Yes.
but I bought that car the day my wife died.
To remember her by, sir.
Obviously, you never met my wife.
Right. Could I have a word with you, Malcolm?
Still in one piece, then?
Yes. Actually, we didn't get round to mentioning the project. Somebody has smashed into Sir Dennis's parked vintage Rolls Royce in the car park.
Oh, Lord. Still, it will take the pressure off us for a bit.
Not really.
Why not?
When are your next lot of pills, Stu?
About a half hour, yes?
Oh, I should take the knife, if I were you. I've got to find out who is responsible and give him the sack.
What's that got to do with me?
I should take a couple just to be on the safe side.
Never mind my pills. Who smashed his Rolls Royce up?
Well, who do we know that's going round in a hired car, that is married to one of us, and whose first name begins with B?
Ah!
No, B. Now, if you take responsibility for that bullfinch affair, I will see that Sir Dennis never finds out.
Oh, God. Come in!
Malcolm, there's been an accident. Beatty's next door in the first aid room.
I'd better go and see her.
Oh, don't worry, she's not hurt.
Wait till I get there. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear.
Sit down, dear.
I don't think you ought to laugh, Terry.
I have got Malcolm just what I wanted.
Beatty wasn't driving the car.
Who was? His stepmother?
Not her either.
Well, somebody must have been driving it too.
Yes, me.
You?
Yes.
Are you out of your mind?
Beatty was having trouble parking and I offered to do it for her.
Crumbs, where are those pills? Malcolm!
Well, may you grovel, you snake. Beatty told me everything before I bundled her in a taxi. Blackmail me, would you?
Malcolm, it wasn't like that.
Miss Fennel?
Oh, no, please, Malcolm.
Tell Sir Dennis I know the identity of the culprit and I'll be right round to let him have it.
Oh, you accuse me of being a snitch.
Get up, Terry.
I'm sorry about this, Jew, but I know you wouldn't want Beatty blamed for something that wasn't her fault.
Oh, but it was.
Yes, well, I knew you would. What?
I asked her to guide me back. She said there was plenty of room, and the next thing I knew, I'd hit the rolls.
But you were at the wheel.
Yes, but Beatty admitted to the security men that it was all her fault.
She would.
Sir Dennis is waiting to see you, Malcolm.
Not so fast.
Or would you like me to pop in there for you?
No, you don't. There's nothing you'd like better than to land me in the poo, is there?
Oh. I think you're the one that's in the pool.
Well, if I'm in the pool, you're in the pool too.
Oh, poo to both of you. Instead of standing here bickering, why don't we all go and see Sir Dennis and share the blame equally?
What about that, Malcolm?
June, you saved the day. After you.
Thank you.
Terry, I am your superior.
She is my wife.
Oh, pooh. That's agreed then. You take the blame for the accident. I take the blame for the bullfinch thing. In that way,
We'll both get the sack.
let's call to see who goes in first.
Heads.
Sir Dennis will see you now.
Sorry, Terry, it's tails.
Wait a
Don't keep him waiting. Good luck.
Come on, darling.
Is Sir Dennis any... No.
Mrs. Medford, good morning.
Good morning, Sir Dennis.
Do sit down, please. Well, any news of the accident?
Anyway, so yes, I'm happy to report that no actual member of the staff was involved.
I see.
Only by marriage.
What?
It was the wife of a staff member.
Well, two wives, actually.
Good God, you mean the man's a bigamist?
No, one wife's more than enough for me.
Oh, so I should hope. I'll tell you, Medford, I have a great respect for your wife.
Thank you, Sir Dennis.
She's attractive, amenable, not unintelligent. God knows what she ever saw in you.
She does make the occasional blunder, sir.
Like marrying you mean?
I have worse faults, Sir Dennis.
Ah, there are some women you can forgive anything, Mrs. Medford.
Do you really mean that?
I sincerely do.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that, Sir Dennis, because I'm the one who smashed up your car.
You what?
Oh, Sir Dennis.
What
Sir
the
Dennis, please.
devil are you flicking at me now?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, it's a piece of that jigsaw puzzle you so kindly donated the death of Nelson.
Well, actually, it isn't, sir. That's why it doesn't fit in.
Wait a minute, I recognize this.
We think it's a balloon.
Balloon be damned, that's a buttock.
A what?
A buttock. A female buttock, and I bet you don't know where it goes.
Well, of course I do, sir. I'm married.
Come over here. Now then. There we are. Finished at last. You know, I got right down to the last piece, and I found it came from a totally different jigsaw.
Oh, June, look at that. Look.
It's Hardy's telescope.
What? Yeah. Oh, I'll bet Miss Fennel didn't buy that for you. All those very, very naked ladies.
Now, look here, Medford. You know perfectly well, as a puzzler yourself, it is not the picture that counts, it's how it's put together.
Oh, and they're put together very well, so, yeah. They're what you call stacked.
Yes, well, I'm quite sure that the subject doesn't interest Mrs. Medford, or anyone else, for that matter. So, we'll forget all about this, and we'll say no more about the little incident in the car park.
That's very generous of you, Sir Dennis.
However, there is still the bullfinch report. I wanted that on my desk first thing this morning.
My superior takes full responsibility for that, sir.
Does he?
Yes, sir.
Right. Wheel him in.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Sir Dennis.
Good morning.
Sir Dennis is ready for your breakdown now. The explanation of the breakdown.
How did it go?
I'm happy to report that peace has been restored.
Well, this piece has anyway, yes.
Good luck, Malcolm.
Any last words of advice?
Just one.
Yes?
Keep taking the tablets.
I mean... Oh, shut up! What did you say?
Not true, Sir Dennis. Definitely not true.
And people will say, this was his finest hour.
That's very good. You know, not many people can do Bernard Manning.